To all the viewers of Dharma television around the world. I am Khadro Lhamo Yangchen, the presenter and interpreter of the following Rinpoche program, which is broadcasted by Dharma televisions every Monday and Friday from 3 to 3:30 from Bodhanath Stupa, Kathmandu, Nepal. We are very fortunate to welcome Sangngak Tenzin Rinpoche for the 4th episode on the teachings of mind training. I request Rinpoche to share his precious teachings to all of us. Simjin namge samba tang loi cheda wa chejong thumong thebai chege kholo kodos.
Domingo bardan lamala nyamne churgur tawi moge je donje gombe shinlo nyanglambu rupa zaji wanjen tober sho Lasutani Namba Samalan Samdra Shidele Tani Terayan Tani Karambochi Sunam Yirmel Tani Kung Tipjili Tripiga Tani Dangcha and Diga Tani Tani Namba Sotang Chirin Jarbala Tani Gawachong.
Tashidele to all of you, and we are I'm happy to see all of you through this platform created by Rinpoche Sonam Jurme.
Tatani aso tatirang robuchi na aso ta dele tani tang jewa terwa tang jewa se tani ta aso teang jusha te tani lobjung ko kortela tani ni mantete namba sola tani shia tani.
So today on the 4th episode on the teachings on mind training, I would like to continuously share on the topic of mind training.
Tende indi tatani lobjung tela karjesana tanjurtani ni parkawa sita kasanga sundurdi bachi konde shibare tani chewa martakba korbi dingel serwa. That is someday Asotani, Kondatani, Tendretani, Tandur Dipa, Tendrezi, number solar Shiba, Tendrejis.
So for the topic of mind training, we have series of talks shared before. First is about the preciousness of human life, adorned with freedom and advantages. And the second is about the impermanence of life. And third is about the suffering of being born in samsara. So all these topics are already shared before on the previous episodes.
Tatani terang kandre sena dendruga ta lodo namba je serwa tege jiwa te latene ta lijimri serwa ten indita so ni teni lijimri ko kortela teni chigma shea teni chigins.
So among the 4 points that turn away our mind from the samsara, the 4th point is about the karmic cause and effect. So I would like to share about the karmic cause and effect today.
Teyang tani jarwa longchen baga tani girdik kaunshi dirdik lawa mel seni ta tenre song yo pare tega karsana ta nga so tata jusha tani so namba sola gursha chiaga tenre li jimri kur te song yo pares.
So the topic today is about the karmic cause and effect. So the great omniscient Longchenpa had stated one statement that the result of happiness and suffering is undeceiving according to the cause of virtuous and non-virtuous activities. So today we'll be shared about this topic.
Girdig tani ta kar chiba inayang tani kaasa gure ta tigi jiwa de la tani ta lwa yo mara songra wa tani indi tani jiwa chiba ina tani kanso kore driva dewa jongya la tani tani tesum gog mares lwa yo mare tani karsana tani je murgewa chigdrup songba yinna tani kanso kore tani driva dingit tani ko tenden koron jongre tayang tani karsana lwa yo mare sini wata tandi songyo res.
And the meaning of that statement is, if we engage in virtuous activities, if we engage in the cause of virtuous activities, and the result will be obviously we will get to experience happiness, and that is undeceiving. And simultaneously, if we engage in non-virtuous activities, then we have to bear the result, which is suffering. So this is the truth, which is the karmic cause and effect is undeceiving that way.
Tendri ni ta driva dewa tendri tani tenken rowa tendri ji yin songba yin na ta tela tani karsana ni gewa segyo res tendri ni ta so ta driva te dingil jinba rowa dingil jin shengen driva dingil yongba tendri ji yin songba yin na tela ta kansu gore tani ko murgebi geli o tendri res.
So as for the result, if we experience happiness, then the result being the happiness, then the cause of that result is called the virtuous activities. And if we experience in a result as a fruition, as a suffering, then the causes of these activities is called non-virtuous activities.
Marik Paga Wanga, Tini Consogre Tangaso, Ninjin Chiriga, Tendego Wangla Shortsarwa, Shortsarwari, the Ninjin Trivi on Lasson as the Simjin Chasari. Tendri in the Simjin, say de Garsana, the Nin Trivi, Jisa Koran, Dandagero. Tendri in the Tasata Garsana, Tan Triviga de la Garsana, Trivigo Motella, Limdis Adem Koran, Lova Mepa, Koran Tendriangures.
So, as being born as a sentient being, the cause of it is being ignorance, and because of ignorance, we have experienced this dualistic mind, and because of dualistic, we end up become a sentient being, and so we end up following after the delusions.
Tatani Karsana Rinzin Jingmen Lambagian Deni. Lindri Lova Mepala Yicheninis, Girdikli Tramotam Lion, Jirdo Shepherd Shoji, Sene, Tendriga Karsana, Molam Nayores.
And the Vidyadhara Rigzin Jigmelingba has also stated one statement which stated that by gaining trust on undeceiving karmic cause and effect, may I engage and abandon according to the minute virtuous and non-virtuous activities.
Tendri in the tak arsenata, Teon Karsana, Longchimba Gayon Karsana, Gerdi Konshi, Dirdi Slova Mes, Lagamare Sonjanga, Taganamjan, Jime Lambagian Karsana, Limdi Lemelangishinis, and Kondamba Nigian Song Karsana, Bombachi Tanrawatan, Karsana, Tani Limdi Seva Tegan, Tani, Lagumare, Slova Mepares, and Tig Tendretani Sonyores.
So both the great omniscient Longchenpa and Rinzin Jigme Lingpa had the same conclusion about the karmic cause and effect, which is they both stated that the karmic cause and effect is undeceiving as per the cause of virtuous and non-virtuous activities. So they both share the same ideology.
Tendri in the Tani Rinzin Jimmy Lombard Carson, the Lindri Lova Mepala Yichini Songa, Tendri in the Songa Sugatachi, Lindri say at the tank and Slova Mepachi Re Servat and Rigidali, not any consequence, so Goni, take me sheet it and Tendrig Yichini Goginova, Yichi big Tendrig Carsonachi, Ita, Tepase Gona, Tendrig, Nion Bayena, the Nick Consequenta, or turning us along the Chigre Servatan in the Zabzab Chigres.
So, as per Rigzin Jigme Lingpa's statement that we have to be we have to gain the trust and faith on the undeceiving karmic cause and effect. So, it is very important to gain the trust and faith on this undeceiving nature of karmic cause and effect. And because of gaining certainty on the trust of the undeceiving deceiving karmic cause and effect, then we will be very careful on adapting and adapting the virtuous activities and abandoning the negative and negative activities.
Tende indi gerdik li chamu zamla yang shin ni song da ta gerdik li chamu se ni karsana tini tendreg karsana ta ji o ndet tini karsana ta chungjung re sin pena digba chungjung ji da kar che yong sam sam ra ura tendre ji da yang na karsana ji gewa tendreg tini da gewa chungjung ji da nada karsana tindi chungjung ji da ji dimna ma na phantok kar yo se yan ura dindi karsana tini ni mayim barwa tendreg kar da gerdik karsana gewa chamu yinayang karsana tege dewa tani karsana tani chigre tega namjin karsana tani dingit tani ta chig margewa tandriga tani chungchung yinayang tani driwa dingit chegarwa tani inda koslova mepa chig rende se tandriga karsana tani ta tandriga ngishi nyegoya te pa kechemure se ne wate tandri sonangyo res.
Yes. So Rinzin Jigme Lingpa had stated that gaining certainty on the undeceiving karmic cause and effect, may I apply on the minute virtuous and non-virtuous activities accordingly, engaging in virtuous and abandoning the non-virtuous activities. So that certainty is very, very important. Otherwise, like if we don't gain certainty on the undeceiving karmic cause and effect, then we end up thinking that, oh, if I engage in minute virtues, it may not be helpful, or it may not bring happiness. Or if I engage in minute, very little negative karma, negative activities, then it won't give me suffering. So if we end up thinking that way, then that is the sign that we are not gaining certainty on the karmic cause and effect, which is being undeceiving. So it is very important to gain certainty about the undeceiving nature of karmic cause and effect. So accordingly, if we gain certainty, then we will be able to engage in even a minute virtuous activities, and then simultaneously we will be able to abandon even a minute non-virtuous activities.
조지양 가르송바레 세나트니 신드 사파 림리 코나 인서로 왔더니 어떤 송바레 신드 드니 사바데 드니다 강스그르다 림리 코나레스 리 짐리 차상 차와데 간서나더니 신드 장 사바라와 그 상지 코나긴 첸터그레 마르톡스지와 강스거더니 잔다거더니 데 그더니 림리데 하코트 말서 든리 인데더니 림리데 베 사바레 세네 어떤 송바레스.
Yes. And there's also one statement made by George Palde Adisha. He stated that the only most profound is the karmic cause and effect. So because of that being very profound, only the awakened one, the Buddha who's awakened one, will be only able to acknowledge the very minute karmic cause and effect relation.
Tendri indi karsana tatni 조지 그 가르스나더니 예듬 그 라그 샬 던드더니 아니다 통발이 장더니 림리라 리짐리라 이체 템부 던드들 네바데더니 코란테 데님 초이 노서와테 짜체그레스 든 촉도 저바레스니 아니 던제 송나바레스.
And George Pande Adisha also stated that instead of having a vision of hidden deities, it is very important, it is the most supreme to gain the stability of faith on the karmic cause and effect itself. So that gaining stability of faith in karmic cause and effect is the most profound and supreme one.
Yeah, then also then 남진에 나가서 나주그 당한테니 지금 nakanyam는 던르 그 갑달라다 지금 이듬 그 랍담네 랍드브라와 던르 지드니 듬라이 현통화세데 베마스그다 베 짜첨부 던르 쯔그라와 이나양더니 조지가 더니 가르스 엄바레 세나다 지금 더니 가서 다이 더니 리 짐지텔라 더니 강서고르다 지 소소거더니 베 잡잡지니르와 더니 리 짐지텔라 더니 이체 템부 던르지 이체 땀바 톱송바이나 다 예듬 사이 셔즈바 대당 teni kansa gore teni limri la ichi tembo thomba teni ge karsana ni limri la ichi teni tembo chik tendre teni nye songba ina tendre ge teni tamba thop songba ina ta te karsana rendang che ge ndege sarwa te pe mas ge tsa chimbo re seni ane tendre song namba res.
Generally, when we practice mantrayana, and what we assume is practicing on a mantra accumulation of certain deity, hidam deities, we consider is a very profound practice and very precious practice to engage in. Yet, George Adisha had stated that gaining stability of faith in karmic cause and effect is more profound and more supreme practice to engage in.
Tendre indi yidam ge laga kasil teni shazpa yina yang tani karsana ta yidam ge laga shazgi dalina tani saga tani karsana ngudub top gorwa ngudub tani top gogre nandre indi ta tendre ge ngudub te topar shebalang tambo rangla tani karsana tani sonam gogorwa tani rangla sonam dang karsana tani ta ji ngung ge tani ji jimbi ge riwala soba tendre yobayina ji karsana chokche thugre martok chero rangla sunam me sombayina te karsana tani yidam gatani la ishaz ge tela ngudub de shibayina yang ji nangtavya de ba kapura was.
So usually when we practice on yidam deities, and then what we do is we try to have the gain the vision of Yidam deities and then receive blessing from the Yidam deities after having the vision. So that part we assume it as a very important practice. Yet what we need is to really receive the blessing from Yidam deities, we need the fortune itself that we accumulated before by engaging in generosity. So if we haven't engaged in if we haven't engaged in a cause of generosity, then if we haven't earned enough fortune, then even if we had the vision of hidden deities, we won't be able to receive the blessing, because we need to receive the blessing, we need the cause of good fortune, practicing in generosity. So without the cause, there won't be the effect of receiving the blessing.
Oya, teni tendere, ta karsana ngaso kensang la Michelon na yang tela namtur tendi chongchong ji tendre song yore. Kandere sena teni mchi ko ta nyamlen base gona teni ji ko tamjin tendre teni ko yidam tendre dumdga. Yendam tendre ji di taso teni ko la ta ngudub tendre ji narok chi sen tendre ji ni ko yidam tendre ji de. Teni ko nimachi la karsana teni mchi ko ta ji jimbi da ko jinda ji 특바 tendre ji 상마라 teni jimba tang yo sarwa. Jimba tang di taso di gugondak tela teni tamjin goyen ko la shezi gi dali terang ni chorang la ngudub nang yo sera teni ni chorang ga hako song se de ji chunga ngudub nang hako ma song se karsana. Teni garere sena teni ngala 특바 포로와 강라 송 특바 포로와 강다 ngamna ko samala ni digse ne ko anteni lamdaga de mares chorang 특바 포로와 강만데 chili jiga gase tengi chorang la nanjugo ngudubre sen de sombarwa teni na teni dindig ngudub chongchoje garche gorse te ngayang tap시면 digse garsena chorang ngong garsena jimbi gi jiwso nam다는 문제가 된 매용데 다서 ngayang teni deli laji jit야게 tap시면 digse sombarwa teni yedamgala shazigna yang 내가 침불이야 영화 지금 가포렌가
담진데 담딘 말이라
담진날.
Yes. So in words of my perfect teacher by the Kunsang Lam Michelong by Khadro Rinpoche, there stated a small account of one practitioner in the past. So he was practicing on the Yidam deities called Thamjen. So he was practicing, and at last he was practicing to receive blessing, right? So in one night, on that day, he got to have a bowl of soup, which a great sponsor. That sponsor distributed a bowl of soup to all the people, and at that time he also get to enjoy that bowl of soup. And in the evening, he had a vision of the Thamjen, the Yidam deities he had been practicing. So the Yidam deities spoke to him, to the practitioner. you see, today I gave you the blessing. Then the practitioner said, oh yeah, today I got a bowl of soup, but a bowl of all the people today who attended, many people who came there got bowl of soup. And that's not a special thing. But he said, yet I gave you a blessing. You see, only in your bowl there is a lump of fat. So that is the blessing I gave to you. Then the practitioner complained, saying that, oh, such a minor blessing I received. He was not so happy with the blessing he received through his practice. But then the Idam deity stated to him, I also don't have any option, because you don't have accumulated the enough fortune before in your life of engaging in generosity. If you haven't engaged in generosity, then the result of blessing is also not possible.
Tende indi ngarang so karsana li jimri la tene karsana yichi nyerwa tende jidale ne ngishi nyeli li jimri te tene karsoga tene soso ga ji linga yisam kangogo ne na pe zabzab jini limri la tene limri sonirwa tende ji bayina pe masa ka karsana te ga ngudub chembu nguni topgres rwa tene ngudub nguni topgres tende indi ta so karsana tene giwi shinin poto waze kongyang tende songyore karsana tene murgiwa che te pawnirwa tende ji dale nani giwa che tende ja songbayina ta ngansong sem se ji korang tsena yang nyegu marese tende songbarwa ta ngansong sem tsani tende ngansong sem ga lamga korang ga songni tende ngansong sem tende mani songayina ta telingu tup che ji gargorwa koden res.
So it is very important to gain the stability of faith in the karmic cause and effect, which is very undeceiving. So if we gain the certainty on it, then we will, if we be very careful in our conduct of body, speech and mind, then there is a great blessings that we will be received. So for example, the master Potowa stated that if you abandon 10 non-virtuous activities and if you engage in 10 virtuous activities, then even if you try to find 3 lower realms, you won't be able to find it. So that is a real blessing.
Murgewa chete consogore gewa chete pangnirwa gewa che papang ani murgewa chete pagmepa dandetani ni chasong bayina ta karsana tani yanga son tori se ji latang me kompang tori tang tarwi ge lam se atozo korang zenna nyegmar wasatani o zanna nyegmar esatani karsana dande songbares.
And he also stated, on the other hand, if we abandon 10 virtuous activities and if we engage carelessly in 10 non-virtuous activities, then even if we try to find the 3 higher realms and if you try to attain liberation, that is really impossible, that you won't find it at all.
Tende indi tang aso karsana tani tende go murge chi go chila pagame per chopate karsana tani pe masakata ko dikpa chemborwa to dikpa chembo indi taso karsana tani thori thobya ga lamyang gan rogen de rowa ni tharwa thobya ga lamyang gan rogen de daganamjin karsana ta chi ngaso takpi shangam la so achya ga ti lamdo chasang gan ro rowa tani chasang gan ro di taso ta tani pe masakata ni konsagre ta dingen mbachi ka tani ngason sam ga lamga te ma to
So if we engage carelessly in 10 non-virtuous activities, then it stops us from reborning in 3 higher realms. It stops us from attaining liberation, and ultimately it stops us from attaining reborn in a 3. No, sorry. It stops us from reborning in pure realms. So, and that is the real obstacles on our path.
Tende ni tanga so karsena chi tene liji go ni korang tene sokjo parwa tene karsena tang ta chi 리지군이 속조바 드니 마진발렘바 당라와 드니 인도 비 롱브리 임바슴세 리그군이 슴드가 드니 ngak군이 zen chama 츠르스 ngan체스니 젠드가 어떤데 당 드니 이지군이 남슴 무슨 lok다스니 어떤데 드니 무르게와 제르와 어도도 참마 라카르스나 페마스 그 잡잡지니르와 어도도 탐체드니 드니 마치 성바이나 다지시바 남신 그 가르스나니 내가 송란 로야가 드니 그 람가 참마 데 코랑 강로근다 드니 베트 자첸보당 가릉우르 첸보세나 운니 드니 토군다.
Yes. So if we contemplate on what are the 10 non-virtuous activities, then from our body, the engaging in killing animals or other people, stealing others' substances, and having sexual misconducts. So these 3 are the non-virtuous activities engaged through our body. And through our speech, if we engage in telling lie and telling harsh words to others and gossiping and bringing dispute with very good friend or very good relation through bringing dispute between 2 very close friends, that's called tama. And that is the 4 non-virtuous activities engaging through our speech. And the third is the 3 points engaged from our mind. The non-virtuous is having a mentality of owning other people's objects or person. And the third, and from mind, having a aspirations to harm others. And the last one is the wrong view. So that is the 3 non-virtuous activities we engage through our mind. So these are called the 10 non-virtuous activities engaged through our body, speech, and mind. If we engage in these 10 non-virtuous activities, then it stops us from attaining reborn in 3 higher realms and the pure land, and ultimately stop us from attaining liberation. pang gewa chi driv seya te karsana ngarang sola yu dapegi li nga yisam dang driva yorwa ngarang sola li nga yisam dang driva yu di tatani karsana ngarang sola li nga yisam go goni tazola tani karsana chi jigdog dang tani langdur tani cheba yinayang tani karsana che thapa chigirwa o tani yin taso nga su nimariri jinda karsana tani ni soso gete la kumni rwa tani murgeya tani karsana chute so pangya gewa chi la kong thap thap ke nyamna nga la sokpa tate karsana ngarang sola dati linga yasam ka karsana tani che tani ni thapa chig dang karsana soso gujila transhi pagaya chig ten songba ina tega karsana yung che ma thapa ge shita kakpo chig marayasa tani yundu panyin dang tani nipa yung pe samji mache parwa watan reyas. So it is very important to acknowledge these 10 non-virtuous activities being conducted through our body, speech and mind, and abandoning it as much as possible, and engaging in 10 virtuous activities through our body, speech and mind. So it is very important in our daily life to be very mindful and careful in trying our best to engage in virtuous activities and abandoning as much as possible to the 10 non-virtuous activities. So this way it will be very powerful practice and very profound practice.
Tende indini namba tsangma ga karsana tani ngaso tata chi li jimri ga korla tani dordipa chi shiba te kar namba soga tani lobjong chewa tang kang tab tab lingla ya samgu ni zab zab cheya tang ta karsana tende ga tani nyamne nang rogo se ne o tende chi mboki shigi yos.
So today shared about the very brief account about the karmic cause and effect. So I request you all be very careful through our body, speech and mind, engage in 10 virtuous activities and abstain from engaging in 10 non-virtuous activities. So that's the request I want to make.
다 드니 대랑 참다나 뒤츠고 왕그 대라자 영가서 통지만 이제 초바지스.
Yes. Because of the time frame, I will conclude my teachings now, and would like to see you next time.
소남데 탐제 세바니 톰네 니베 단남 밤제 제가 나체 발롱 트바이 시페 솔레 도와 도와쇼 게완데 지오게 소남 이셰 소조셰 소남 이셰 레총 담바쿠니 토파쇼